The special cargo warehouse, the fastest way to fill it up, some tips and tricks on how to do some of the source missions a little easier and quicker, which locations you should get, how to fill them up, should you sell in the public lobby or an invite-only lobby, and what's the difference in price, like how much are you going to get for public versus invite-only. All of that and more in this video right here. Let's do it. So I actually made this video about 4 or 5 months ago, back in April. I didn't realize it's basically the exact same video, but obviously this is now updated. So I wanted to try and do this one a little faster because that one was like a 25-minute video. So if you want to see that, I'll leave a link in the description. A little bit more detailed than this one right here, but I wanted to try and make it a little shorter, just easier to consume, just with all of the good bits in it. Everything you need to know as fast and condensed as possible. So without further ado anyway, let's jump into it. All right, so first things first, how do you start up a special cargo warehouse? How do you start sourcing cargo? How do you purchase a warehouse? First thing you're going to need is this right here, a CEO office, aka an executive office. And this is what it looks like inside, especially when you've had a few sales. I wish you could clean up the floor and get rid of all of this, but you can't. So first things first, if you want one of these, which you are going to need, you're going to need to go into Dynasty 8 right here, executive, and it's going to be these ones right here, the ones with the circles on it. So this is going to be your CEO office. And currently they are on sale when this video is live. So when you're watching this in the future, unfortunately, it's probably not on sale for you. And unfortunately, it's 2 times pay right now. So whatever money we make at the end of this video, just half that and you'll know how much you can make. But anyway, this one typically 4 million on sale for 2.8. And there's this one which you can get for free if you have the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. The only reason I upgraded to this one is because I like the location. I like being in my office and being able, as you guys can see right here, to look out onto the beach. I love being able to see Santa Monica Pier right there. It's just beautiful. Right, anyway, once you've purchased your CEO office, the only things you're going to need to renovate, or the only things you really need, is the accommodation. Accommodation makes it so you can spawn here. You can set it as your spawn point. It just makes fast traveling around the map a little bit easier. Everything else like this is just cosmetic. Once you've got enough money, of course, you can upgrade the inside and do all of that stuff. If you're newer and you don't have anything, don't worry about any of this. I would literally just worry about accommodation. Okay, so now that you own it, you're like, okay, now I'm ready. I want to own a special cargo warehouse. I see how much money you guys are making. I've seen the title and thumbnail of this video. You're making millions. How do I do it? So you're going to go ahead and log in. Now, there's multiple ways you can source cargo, which we'll get to in a second. But as far as purchasing, you're going to come into this menu, go to special cargo right here, warehouse map, and you can go on all, you can go on owned. For me, I'm just in the large warehouse business right now. And as you can see, they are all on sale right now for 30% off. So if you are looking right now this week, I would save up and spend all that money you make on just getting 5 large ones, because eventually, once you if you rotate and fill all of them up, when times like this come, you can sell them for like close to $40 million. But anyway, this is where you're going to be purchasing your warehouses. If you have the funds, I would always get a large warehouse. It's just better. Now, as far as not being raided, I've been raided like once or twice. I don't get raided very often at all, but I'm told that 77. So you can see right here, the storage unit, 111. If you have 77, you won't get raided. If you go above that number, there's a chance you'll get raided. Again, doesn't really happen to me too often. Maybe I've been raided twice in like 2 years, but some people seem to have better luck than others. Now, as far as locations are concerned, if we go to mine, which are owned, these two I like because they're right next to each other, which we will be utilizing here today in this video. These two, same thing. They're next to each other. When I like doing like the grind of filling these up, I like choosing 2 of them and just going back and forth between the 2, which you'll see in this video. And then this one up here, to be completely honest with you, I just like the location. I go there every now and then. Nothing special. Now, as far as sourcing cargo, you can see right here, you can do 1 crate, 2 crates, or 3 crates. The only time you should be doing 1 or 2 is if you've got to the end and it's almost full and there's just 1 or 2 left. When you can't source 3, then go ahead and do 2 or 3. But for the most part, always source 3 crates. A lot of the missions are super simple these days. And a quick tip for you, if you're going to source cargo, make sure you're doing it with a terabyte, as you're going to see me doing in this video, because you won't have to worry about Lupe's missions, which can be awful missions. If you use the terabyte, you'll never get them. Now, the 4 different ways of sourcing cargo, you can either do it right here. I can source from right here right now and hit buy, and that'll start up a source mission. Or I can do the terabyte, which we're going to be doing in this video, so I'll show you that here in a second. Third option, you could go to your arcade and use your central business terminal. You can source from there, but I honestly wouldn't recommend that because it's just no point. And then the 4th way is obviously using your staff to go and source cargo. It costs 7,500. And this week, when you're watching this, is 2 times speed. So you can get them to source crates twice in an hour. And during this video, it made it so much faster for me because of that. But when you ask them to source crates, like I say, it costs 7,500, but they can bring either 1, 2, or 3. It's random, and a lot of the times it's 3, to be honest with you. Let's talk about upgrades. Inside of your special cargo warehouse, you'll have one of these little workbenches, this red workbench. It'll say delivery truck, delivery planes, delivery boat. Fully upgrade all of them. As soon as you got the funds to do so, fully upgrade all of them. Unless you're doing it in an invite only. If you're doing it in invite only, I wouldn't worry about it at all. But if you're going to do it in public, you need to have these fully upgraded, just in case you get attacked. All right, guys, so now that we've gone over all of the information and everything like that, you may have noticed I've changed t-shirt. That's because the intro was actually recorded after this part right here, just because I wanted to make sure you got all of the information possible. But now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, right? How are we going to fill these things up? You already know the locations where all mine are. Which 2 are we going to be working on today, and how are we going to be doing it? So we're right here in my CEO office. So we're going to go straight to our computer. You need a CEO office. Obviously, I've already mentioned this in order to be able to do this. But once you've got one, you're going to log in. And at this point, like I say, this week, the large warehouses are on sale for 30% off. So I think the ideal way to do this, 5 large warehouses, but you know, it depends if you like grinding a lot or not. I don't get raided on my warehouses that often. Right now, they're all empty. During the intro for this, they may have had full ones in there. They may have not, depending on when I recorded it, but that doesn't matter. Here today, let me show you what we're doing. So warehouse map. You can see these are my 5 warehouses right here. And the 2 that I'm going to be doing is going to be these 2 down here. So we have La Mesa and then we have Cypress Flats. Now, the reason we're choosing these 2 to fill up is 1, they're close together. We want them to be close together so we can just go back and forth between the 2 of them. The second thing is one of these we're going to be selling in the public lobby, right? So over here at the airport, there's typically a lot of people over here. Same thing up here in the city. These ones are going to be just a little bit further away. So hopefully we don't have to worry about it. We'll see what happens in this video. And even if something does happen in this video, I'll still show you how much money you can make. If everything goes wrong and the public lobby sell mission, we get like griefed and exploded. Luckily for you, I already have a video of me successfully doing it at 2 times pay in a public lobby, so I can show you that too. But anyway, those are the 2 that we have chosen. So now what we're going to do, like I say, you need your CEO office. We've scouted which ones. Right, so you could just start up one of the missions right away, but I'm going to set this thing up just so it's a little clear for everyone, right? I don't want to make this as confusing at any point, so we want to make it clear. So if we go to snacks, first of all, let's fill up on snacks. So if we go to concierge, we're just going to choose our buzzard for now. And this is just going to load us out of here. And now it is getting dark. You guys know I don't really like making videos in the dark, but for the most part, this video will be in the daytime. But this setup is going to be in the dark right here. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, man. Every time I decide to make a video, it's dark or it's raining. All right, so I'm going to set my marker. We'll go to our first business right over here. And we are in an invite-only lobby. You shouldn't do any of these sourcing missions in a public lobby. There's no benefit to it. Unless you want to risk being killed, I would just do all of these in an invite-only lobby. So what I'm going to do right now, though... Actually, no, we'll wait until we start. Let me fast forward till we get there. All right, so we're fairly close right now, and the terabyte is what you're going to need, and it doesn't always spawn right where you want it. So when you get close enough, I would just go to service vehicles, terabyte, request terabyte. It's probably going to spawn around us here somewhere, but since we're in a helicopter, it'll be a little easier just to fly over to it. Okay, it's right there. It wasn't too far away. Sometimes if you're in the city, it can be pretty far away. So we're going to put ours right here. You know what? We'll park it just right here. And our other building is actually just over there in the distance. So it's not far away at all. So now we're going to go to the back. We're going to go to the nerve center right here. So as you can see, here we are in the nerve center. Our presser's right there. We're going to walk up to this and we're going to source a mission. We're not going to be going to our CEO office or anything like that anymore. It's going to be special cargo and it's always 3. Always source 3 crates. But anyway, logistics depot, we know that is it. So let's go ahead and source this. 18,000. Here's our system. We're just going to hang up on her straight away. Let's go ahead, get on our presser, and then we're going to get out of here. So you can see, go out to sea. So these missions, by the way, you could get some that take 2 minutes, some take 3, some take 5, some could even take 10. It can get to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to do any of these ones. But this one right here is actually one of the awful ones. All right, so there we go. We've got the 3 boxes right here. And with the oppressor, you can just get close enough. There you go. We've got 1. Obviously, if you have 3 people, you can do this much faster if you do it with friends. But we're just doing this solo. So let's get this thing back and let's head back out again. Okay, so now that we've done 1, though, it's easy. We don't need to go back to our CEO office. We don't need to do anything. We're literally, you know what? We'll drive this thing back in. Actually, no, we won't. We'll leave it there. I was going to say, we can drive that thing back in just to replenish it and fix it, but it hasn't been in any action, has it really? So let's go ahead and source the next one. All right, special cargo, 3 crates. Now you can see there's a 5-minute cooldown, but we're not. We're doing 2 of them. And I already know that this is going to be wholesale furniture. So there we go. All right, let's just hang up on her right away. And that's it. We didn't need to go anywhere to do this. We didn't need to do anything crazy. Collect the weapons and ammo. You got it. And all right, just like that, we are back. That was just 1 truck. Super easy delivery mission, or super easy source mission, I should say. And that should give us 3 more as well. And there we go. Special cargo delivered. And again, we got to make sure we send these guys out. And now, like I say, since we've parked it just in the other location, it's not in the middle, but it's fine because it makes it faster for when you're just trying to source this one. But for this one, you're going to have to fly over there, but it doesn't make a difference, man. That was so quick. We may even still have like a minute cooldown where we have to wait to get the second one. Let's check. All right, this time we're going to park inside of here just to make sure that this thing gets repaired and gets all of its ammo fully upgraded or fully replenished. But here we are. We're back. Let's go ahead. Special cargo 1 more time. 3 crates. And there we go. We're ready to go. And that is all you're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to keep flipping back and forth between the 2. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you some tips and tricks of some of these missions just to make your life a little bit easier. Now, some of them may be a little bit just like the one we just did. It's kind of self-explanatory. There's no tips and tricks to that one. But there is definitely some tips and tricks to some of these in order to make it a lot faster for you. So let's go ahead and jump to that part right now. So for this one, you can see it says collect the gemstones, and it's 1 location that shows that we need to go to. But as soon as we get to the location, you can see multiple start popping up. Now, all you have to do in this case is go to the one that stops flashing last. So if you look at the mini map, you can see some of them are flashing. You're going to want to go to the one that stops flashing last. And that is going to be the one that's inside of it. Just as you can see right here, I went towards that one. And sure enough, that was the one. I didn't need to fly around and go check all of them. This is always going to be the one, the last one. Okay, so for this one, similar to the last one flashing with the green crates, this one, you're going to go to the last one that shows up. So it's going to go around. There's going to be 1 red dot and then 2 red dots. Whatever's the last one to show up on the scan, that's the one you're going to want to go to, just like I did here, just like I did last time. It's always going to be it, and there it is. That's the way to make sure the first truck you go to is always the one it is. And last but not least, as you can see in this one right here, sometimes there's a sting where you're going to pick up this vehicle, and you can see all of the cops are going to come after you. All you need to do is call Lester, and you can get rid of these guys immediately, so you don't need to worry about that. Similarly to when you have to steal a police vehicle, you can just call Lester and get rid of the police that way as well.
Okay, I'll get you out of trouble.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as you can see, I'm in a public lobby because I figured we'd do the first sale mission in a public to see how much money you can get, and then we'll do it in an invite only to see which one is worth doing. Is it worth the stress, or is it worth just doing it easily? And what's the price difference? How much money are you going to get? What's the difference going to be? But anyway, like I was saying, go to online, go to players, and then look at the mental state. You can see it right down there. Mine is normal. And then we have unstable here, which kind of sucks. K the baller is unstable. Let's continue looking, though. Let's continue going through them. Actually, the deranged one has just left. I don't know where they went, but it looks like we're good right now. Let's go ahead and look at the map again one more time. Doesn't seem like there's... It doesn't look crazy. It doesn't seem like there's too much craziness going on. Don't forget, we're selling these ones over here. There's one guy up here. Hopefully, by the time we get there, this person's gone. So let's go ahead. We're going to head on over to our first special cargo warehouse. Let's just go ahead and fly over there. So the reason I'm doing this one first and not the invite-only one first is because I have this weird theory that if you haven't done one of these sale missions in a while, the first one you do, let's say it's the first one in a month, or the first one in 2 months, or the first one in however long, I think they give you an easier sale mission for the first one. So I figured since we're in a public lobby, we'll try and just use that logic, see if it works. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, let's fast forward until we get over there. We're going to risk it for a biscuit, ladies and gents. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We're not going to try not to overthink this, even though it's going to be worth a lot of money. So we have 111 crates out of 111. We're only selling 107 because the other ones are going to be special items. So we'd have to do those separately. But let's just go ahead and do this and just hope for the best, right? Knock on wood. Let's see how much money we can make. You know what? It's a plain one, which does make me feel a little bit better, to be completely honest with you. I mean, the plain one, there's not a lot of armor, so you can get destroyed, but I feel like a lot of people don't mess with planes. I mean, it's a big, fat, slow thing, but there's only 10 deliveries. I could go off the radar, But I have a feeling people are going to know this thing driving around. You know what I mean? We just got to hope that we don't have someone try and shoot us down. That's all I can hope for. Come on. Knock on wood. 10 deliveries, 30 minutes. We got this for our public sale. All right. So I've got to make a game plan here of where exactly we're going to go to first. So let's have a look at our mini map. I would say we go up north first and then make our way back down to the final one in the city. I think that'll just be a safer bet. Well, you know, we'll figure it out as we go, but that's where we're going. So let's speed it up until we get there. All right, guys. So here we are coming up to the first drop. And I just wanted to mention the reason I'm doing up north first and then going back to the city is because let's say we started off in the city and we caught the eye of some, you know, people that just wanted to kill us. They would then chase us all the way from the city all the way up north. Whereas if we start off up north and make our way to the city, by the time, hopefully, my theory anyway, by the time we get to the city and they start chasing us, we should be on like our last one or last couple. So that's the theory that I'm going for. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. There's the first one. Here's the second one. All right, now let's move on to the next one. So anyway, let's go ahead and drop this final one right here. There we go. And sold for $5.6 million. Unfortunately, there's only 12 people in here. We had, as you guys saw, 26 or something. When we first started, a lot of people just started leaving, unfortunately. A lot of people just started leaving. But don't worry, I know how much you can make if it was a full lobby. Yeah, look at this. You hear all these explosions now? Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go to an invite only and sell our other one. All right, guys. Now, as you can see, we are currently in an invite only lobby, which means one thing. We've got to test out and see how much money, how much the difference is going to be between what we just sold in a public lobby and what we're going to sell here right now. And like I say, though, I am going to be telling you the exact amount that I could have made if we were in a full public lobby. It was unfortunately that we didn't get the full bonus, but it is what it is. All right, so here we are, and we're in an invite-only lobby, so there's absolutely no pressure here whatsoever. So you can see 4.2. Let's go ahead and sell. Continue. Transaction failed because inventory or price data is invalid. Please review the game. What are you on about? And now it's letting us do it. I don't know what that was all about, but we just tried it once more and it worked. So this one's a boat. I feel like I'm getting fairly lucky with these. A boat and a plane. We got definitely lucky with the plane one. I'm sad that, again, it wasn't in a public or a full public lobby. But it is what it is. What can you do about it? All right, let's get there. And then I'll tell you exactly how long it took to fill all of these and all of that good stuff. All right, guys, so this is going to be fairly boring. We're in an invite-only lobby, so there's not much of us to stress about. And this thing is pretty slow. So you can see the mark in front of us. You can see that yellow marker. Super easy sale mission. It would have been nice to do this in an invite or in a public lobby too, to be honest with you. We definitely got lucky with our sell vehicles here today. 2 single delivery vehicles. So that's great. But anyway, let's speed it up until we get there. All right, and there you have it. Pretty simple, easy sell mission, if you're asking me. Sold 4.2. Let's say round that up to 4.3. Just a 100K difference. $4.3 million. Now let's go over all the stats. Let's go over how much we made, how much we should have made in a full lobby, and how long it took us to fill these up. And all right, guys, just like that, we are back in our CEO office full of money because we just made millions. So how much money did we make exactly here today? So we made 4.3 million from the invite only lobby, and that's with our full warehouse. But don't forget, we didn't sell the special items that are in our warehouses. We still probably have like $1 million worth of those as well. So keep that in mind. And then 5.6 million for our public one. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, because we could have got at least another $1 million, or we could have got another $1 million if it was actually a full lobby. We ended up with like 12 people in there. I didn't even notice that many people were leaving. When we got there, there was like 26 people. So unfortunately, we missed out on about $1 million. And that is, I've done it before. Take a look at this clip right here. We ended up with 6.6 million and 600,000. So there is a million loss here today because the lobby ended up leaving. But we still ended up with just shy of $10 million. So obviously, taking the risk in a public lobby, if you feel confident, is the way to go. If it was full 6.6 million, it's like $2.3 million more than doing it in an invite only. And 2.3 million is a lot of money when it comes to this. But if you want to be relaxed and not have to worry about it, getting 4.3 million isn't bad. But 6.6 million, that's a big chunk of change difference. So I would obviously recommend that. But that's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it helped out at least a couple of you guys. Like I say, I wanted to try and make this shorter. Hopefully it's not exactly the same as the last video I made. I will leave that video linked in the description if you wanted a little bit more in depth. It's basically the same thing. I just tried making it quicker. Hopefully I succeeded at that. But anyway, good luck. Let me know if you have any comments or suggestions in the comment section down below. If you have any tips and tricks for other people in the community, leave them there so we can learn from you. But anyway, I hope you're having a great start to the weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye.